time for the Warriors, as Golden State will try to recharge their batteries on their home court. Game after game, the unbroken streak of wins to start their season continues.
And right now, they're in the middle of what could be the most demanding part of their schedule all season. I mean, this is the third game they'll have played in 4 days. You've got to get some sore muscles and tired, weary legs when you're in a stretch like that. But not only the physical fatigue, there's the mental and emotional fatigue, too.
Yeah, certainly an additional challenge, no doubt. But considering their punishing schedule, it will take a toll. Now, they're not going to make any excuses, but we'll just have to see how they respond.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Tucker and Morris holding the forward spots. Bledsoe and Knight of the backcourt. And it's Chandler in the center position. This is his first chance at the line tonight. The Suns making a switch here. Booker's checked in. Phoenix looked to be on the verge of making it back into the playoffs last season. Ultimately, though, Greg, they faltered in the second half of the year.
Yeah, it was a 3-team race. And after coming up short in 14, the Suns had the edge early. As you said, Kevin, they simply couldn't keep things going in the second half of the season.
Now, here's Curry. Well, you know that he's going to find a way to get the ball in the basket. No matter what D he's faced with, he averages about 31.5 points a game. That's good. Thompson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Bledsoe passes to Chandler. Outside for Bledsoe. 5 on the clock. Shoots from the baseline. That's good. Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Curry attacking. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Uh-oh, a little showboating at the end of that one.
And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Fade away. Markieff Morris again. Morris has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And on the bench for the Suns is Jeff Hornacek, probably one of the tougher coaches in the league. He'll bend your ear if you make mental errors.
Boy, he shredded the D with the patented crossover, but just couldn't convert. I'll tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Curry with him. Now guarded by Bledsoe. Bogut dishes to Curry. Curry with another miss. And for Coach Hornacek, Greg, you learned from one of the toughest coaches as a player. You know, several trips to the finals. And you know this guy well, Clark. Jerry Sloan was the guy that molded Jeff Hornacek.
One of the outstanding coaches in the history of the NBA, Jerry Sloan. Although Hornacek saw all that success in Utah, this is a homecoming job for him because he started his career in Phoenix.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. And then for Phoenix, Mirza Teletovic is checked in for Markieff Morris. T.J. Warren comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Price in for Booker. There's the pick. Off the screen. And the rejection by Ezeli. It's Iguodala with the drive. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
Chandler. Leandro Barbosa with the rebound.
This is not the slam dunk contest. You don't get do-over. You got to finish the job.
And here's the fast break. Price leading the way.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Well, the term dream season can be applied to Steve Kerr's first year. Comes in and sets a franchise record in wins and also wins a title for the Warriors in his first year. Still unreal.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Lenz checked in for Chandler. John Lure comes in for Mirza Teletovic. And it's Booker in for Eric Bledsoe. And it's the Warriors on the break. Iguodala's running.
That's a precision shot. You've got to be precise. No room for error on the floater.
Out of bounds, Phoenix takes possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Feeds it to Len. To the inside. Here's Lure. Warriors with the rebound. They went to Phoenix for their last meeting with the Suns and came out with a win.
A huge margin of victory for them when these two teams squared off last, and they got scoring from up and down their lineup.
Yeah, the reserves, the guys coming off the bench, Greg, made their presence felt. And, of course, with their...
And so the first quarter is in the books. Warriors lead by 4. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for the Warriors?
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson. They're in the backcourt. Ezeli is out there with Draymond Green, and it's Rush in at the 3. That's the Warriors' 5. Here's Curry, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one, drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And really, the Warriors had an amazing regular season last year. Just from a historical standpoint, it was one of the best ever.
Mirza Teletovic is checked in for Phoenix. Bledsoe comes in for Ronnie Price.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Here's Morris, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
And for the Warriors last year, they would end the season with 67 wins. That number, Clark, tying for the 6th best win total in NBA history.
And my guess is only a few people saw it coming. I mean, as the season wore on, it became more and more apparent that the Warriors were for real, but it took a while for people to accept that fact.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
And believe it or not, it wasn't the stars that led the charge for them in that win. It was about the role players. I mean, the guys who they don't usually count on for the lion's share of their points came through.
Guys, simply a complete team performance, and road wins where everybody contributes really can galvanize a team and bring it together.
5 on the clock. There's Green with the 3. For Phoenix, they've gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yes, sir, fellas. They've had it going on big time.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Morris kicks to Knight. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
It's Rush outside. They get the rebound. Pass to Bogut. Some nice passing by Golden State here. The drive by Green.
This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
All indications, Greg, are that this game is going down to the wire. I mean, I'd be surprised, actually shocked, if it ended any other way.
And Brandon Rush gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Yeah, it looks like he saw some things out there that need to be adjusted. He's going to take a break here and talk it over.
Hey, you know, coaches sometimes need a break in the action to rethink and retool a bit. Anytime you're in that situation, it makes sense to use the timeout.
Morris passes to Tucker. There's the feed to Teletovic.
You know, the Phoenix Suns played well overall last season, but they still couldn't match up against some of the teams in the West. Had a hard time with in-conference battles.
So we can't get either to fall.
Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers, but the front court and the bench really complemented the rest of the team perfectly because all of the players for the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly skilled.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Up top, Curry. He's guarded by Knight. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
That's his first personal foul.
As you're talking about the Warriors, you know, they were built to play with each other last year. The bigs could all pass very well, and that set up the three-point threats.
And then even on the defensive side, I mean, they had players that really complemented each other. I mean, some undersized power forwards who countered with rim protectors. I mean, they also had the length at every perimeter position to switch on any play. So they are equally as adept on that side of the ball.
And it's Warren with the jam.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas. You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Ahead. Here's Booker. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Booker's got it all tied up now for the Suns. And stolen by Knight. A nice shot by Booker. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Suns.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
And so here's Phoenix. Kicks it to Warren. Booker in the corner. Pass to Teletovic. Knight for 3. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
I like the way they've picked it up here offensively in the second.
Yeah, up above 50% in terms of field goal percentage. They're on a roll.
To the paint. And Warren with the basket on the assist by Knight. Now it's a 7-point Phoenix lead.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Teletovic. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Teletovic has got his second basket of the game.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Here's Warren. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. Warren's got 6 in the quarter.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the...
That'll do it for the first. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. We've seen Markieff Morris really having a great game.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
I agree with you, Greg. Judicious shot selection. All of his looks were good looks.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. We've seen Markieff Morris really having a great game.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all four quarters.
And Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. Bledsoe and Knight of the backcourt. Tucker and Morris holding the forward spots. And it's Chandler in at the 5 down low. Curry against Bledsoe. Puts it up from 12. No good off the back of the rim.
Yeah, good tough D there to get a hand up and force that miss.
That's example number 1 of why he is such a strong defensive player and why he has such a great defensive reputation.
And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Here's Morris. And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That's his 1st foul. Morris with the bucket.
Well, with the season the Warriors put together, they came out way ahead of everybody else in the West. I mean, given how tough the West was last year, that makes their 67-win season all the more impressive. One of the best in history in my mind.
Warriors took apart the West last season. They went 42-10 against the rest of the conference. The games between them and 2nd place in the West were the same as the games between 2nd place and 8th in the West.
And the Warriors didn't just pick on the little guys. I mean, they had big wins over the top teams in the West. Against the rest of the playoff teams, the Warriors were a whopping 20-5.
And Thompson kicks to Rush. Dishes it to Green. It's stolen by Morris. And it's Bledsoe off the drive. Left side Chandler. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in.
Eric Bledsoe.
That's 7 points for Tyson Chandler. Curry outside. Tyson Chandler pulls it in. Chandler's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Still a bit chilly from the field at the start of this third quarter. 1 of 4 so far.
Phoenix shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. And that one falls for Knight.
Brandon Knight.
What a year for the Suns in terms of transactions. Started the season with Dragic and Thomas on the roster and moved them both, Clark, at the deadline.
And, you know, most folks saw the Dragic trade coming after his disagreements with the team. The Thomas trade was a bit of a surprise, though.
And Phoenix making a change here. Lenz checked in. Outside, Green. 3-pointer. But they recover it. Bogut dishes to Curry. And again, no good by Golden State.
He's given them little to nothing at the offensive end. I can't put it any other way.
And it's Bledsoe off the drive. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And it goes on Draymond Green.
And as you said, the Suns made a flurry of deals at the deadline. You knew they would move 1 guard, but ended up moving 2. Brought back 1 as well.
Booker, he's checked in for Brandon Knight. Stolen by Bledsoe. And now the Suns, a fast break.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers. And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. John Lure comes in for Morris. And it's T.J. Warren in for P.J. Tucker. Green with the screen on Bledsoe. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Warren. The three-pointer is right on target. Warren's got 9.
Timeout.
When the Suns made all those trades, you kind of figured there would be some adjustment, and they did fall off a bit. Still, they felt what they had wasn't quite good enough going forward, so they got to jump.
Price is checked in for Eric Bledsoe. Golden State's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Curry kicks to Bogut. Pass to Thompson. To halt the run. Off the left rim and out.
Really tough for this group right now, trying anything to stop the run.
And no matter what they've tried, it hasn't worked. I think they've just got to slow it down, idle it back, and get back to the basics.
Rush the pass to Bogut. Golden State moving it around. Rush dishes to Green. 6 on the shot clock. Golden State needs to get off a shot. From deep three-point range, Curry's shot is good. Curry's got 11 points.
It took a long time for him to get that first triple. Let's see now, though, if he can get going.
And Lure kicks to Booker. Rush with the steal. And Curry, here we go. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
That one was solid. There's a big difference in the field goal percentages between these two teams here in the second half.
And Greg, that difference has come about because we've got one team moving crisply, getting good shots, and the other is just kind of stagnant. Nothing's come easy for them, especially in this half. I mean, everything's been a struggle. The defense has been sticky. That's created situations where they've not been able to run their offense effectively. It's just been a struggle this half.
Shot on the wing. Len with the block. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andrew Bogut. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Taking 2 shots.
Price hits them both. Here's Curry. 13 points in the game. He feeds it to Rush. Back to Curry. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. The Warriors shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
Here's Goodwin. And released it in time. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Phoenix ahead, delivering the blowout. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the 4th quarter next. Welcome back as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. The Splash Brothers are the guards. And it's Rush in at the 3 slot. That's the Warriors 5. It's Curry with the drive. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Archie Goodwin picks one up. The Oracle Arena was rocking last season, and with good reason. The Warriors would finish a league best 39-2 at home last year.
And how about that 39-2 record put them 1 off of tying the best record ever in the NBA. That record, by the way, belongs to the Celtics with 40 wins back in 1986.
Thompson. Now the dish to Bogut. Curry against Price. There's the triple. And the basket by Curry. Curry's got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Warriors. Price kicks to Goodwin. He dishes it to Weems. Here's Len. Ball's knocked loose. The Warriors shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Rush gets the bucket.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
A platoon swap here for Phoenix. And Steph Curry with the foul. That's his 5th foul.
Boy, it's been a tough go in terms of fouls for him.
Oh! Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rack.
Check out the fellas. Check out his teammates over on the bench. So they are going crazy.
Timeout called the Warriors.
Yeah, the NBA Development League now celebrating its 15th anniversary and a lot of change over that time. None of the original 8 teams still playing in their original locations. Still, it's only growing. And I think we'll see it grow to 30 teams before long.
Jacks up a 3. And so the ball out of bounds. Bogut touched it last.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And Steph Curry with the foul. That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game.
Well, at this stage, you might as well have a seat and get off the floor. They've got no chance in this one.
Leandro Barbosa. He's checked in for Steph Curry. The 3 from Morris. And that's collected by Bogut. Greg, you're talking about the D-League. Not really a moneymaker yet, but it's really benefited, Clark, the NBA in so many ways.
Clearly has, Kevin, a place to train new players, officials, and executives or management, a way to test out possible rule changes. I think building revenue is the focus, though, and the players make a small salary, but the NBA Developmental League is helping the NBA be better.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Suns.
Guys, one of the themes in this game has been how much of their scoring has come off turnovers.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Phoenix leading by 23. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
4th quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Barbosa passes to Green. And again, no good by Golden State. For Phoenix, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the 3rd quarter. Bledsoe dishes to Tucker.
And one record that is going to be very hard for any player to ever match is the Iron Man streak. That record's held by AC Green as he played in 1,192 consecutive games. That kind of durability is going to be hard to match in the modern NBA.
And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his 2nd personal foul.
Thompson against Knight. There's the 3.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Out to Chandler. And the pass to Bledsoe. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand. It's not possible what we just... Clark, is that possible?
Not probable, but it is possible, partner. It is possible.
And think about it, guys. That's
smokes.
one of the few guys in the entire league who can pull off something like that.
6 to shoot. From deep, Green. Again, the miss by Green. And with Iron Man streaks, it isn't just injury that can get you. It's scheduled days off and getting suspended games, too.
Yeah, just for reference, last season, DeAndre Jordan was the active leader, played over 300 straight games as a player. He was a leader in the league, but he wasn't even a third of the way to Green's historic mark of consecutive games.
And the Suns making a change here. Len's checked in for Chandler. Lure comes in for Morris. T.J. Warren, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Booker in for Knight.
And one thing that I know a lot of fans are worried about it is NBA jerseys with ads on them. It's something the NBA has explored more in depth recently and would be another stream of revenue for the league.
Price, he's checked in for the Suns.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Suns.
But, Steve, you know, you don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out, Clark, this kind of punishment to
Well, you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
And they took charge when it counted and will be notching their 9th win overall.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Bledsoe. He was everywhere defensively, offensively. The effort we saw from him tonight, I think, was the difference.
And with the ads on the jerseys, it isn't something that would sit well with the fans probably, but around the globe, almost every other league in the world has ads on their jerseys.
You know, the NBA has shown that they're willing to try new things with jerseys, much like they've looked at other issues. It started with the sleeve jerseys, and advertisements is just another area they're exploring.
From the arc, and there's Thompson. That's good on the assist by Green.
Add another triple to their second half total.
They came out of the break just dropping bombs and just not letting up at all.
And there's the call on Klay Thompson. And that's it for him. He's fouled out. Not only that, we're in the bonus, and he'll have to go to the line for 2.
Well, luckily, they've got some really solid backups. You hate to see a player DQ'd, disqualified due to fouls, but they can do a decent job of replacing his production.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andre Iguodala. That's his first foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
And Leandro Barbosa gets the whistle that time. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. And he makes the first. That one is no good. And Rush kicks to Iguodala. And he gets it to go.
And that's what you want to see. Good, fundamental, sound basketball with the bounce pass.
So it's the Suns winning easily here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. And this broadcast has not ended just yet, as we've got the award-winning Ernie Johnson standing by here for the postgame show.